All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions, but at the end of the day, who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, here with my good friend, Dylan.
Hello.
If you're just listening to us, you can watch our shows live every Monday on the YouTube. Just look up YouTube in the search section. Just look up WRK Pod. There's a link on our website, I believe. So check that out. www.wrkpodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at WRKPod and Instagram at WRKPodcast. Be a patron. Help the show get some crowdfunding. We just want to do this full time, and that's the first step. Because getting an advertiser is harder than it looks.
Yeah.
And getting someone to sponsor, it's harder than it looks. And I'm sorry to all the people at Alltech Lansing for emailing them constantly. But I like your products. I want you to sponsor the show.
What does Alltech Lansing do?
They made that little speaker that I use when we kayak.
Oh, yeah.
And the one that I forgot to charge on Thursday.
Yeah, so
That was
Alltech
unfortunate.
Lansing.
Yeah.
Support us.
Yeah, support the Suspect podcast. Hit up the Patreon, patreon.com/WRKpod, where we got the catchiest, grooviest fucking tune on the podcast network. Okay? That's probably not true. I've heard a lot of really good ones. If you make music, send it to us. You know?
Maybe. It'd be hard to beat this, so you better bring your A game.
Yeah, send it to artyjonah@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's get this ball rolling. All right, so right into the old nitty gritty here. Today, obviously, because you clicked on it, you know we're going to be talking about war with Iran and the potential conflicts that we might be coming up to here in the near future. Why we might be there and all that shit. It's kind of fucking dumb, in my opinion. I don't know. So we really started getting involved in this on June 20th, 2019. Iran shot down a U.S. drone. Many experts say that this is a call for war or at least retaliation. There were strikes planned, but they were shot down. They're not shot down. That's kind of a... They were nipped in the butt. The plans were nipped in the butt. But, I mean, realistically, what the fuck are our drones doing flying over Iran other than, leading to a potential conflict where they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to shoot your fucking shit out. Like, it's our airspace. Like, we're going to...
Yeah. So, it was flying, and I didn't get this far. It was flying next to another plane with people on it. Is that correct?
I'm not sure. I didn't really read much into like the drone itself because the drone itself doesn't seem important to me. The thing that I thought was weird is that Iran saying it was in our airspace and the United States is like, no, it's not. It was over the ocean. And it's like, well, then how did they get landed in Iran when it got shot down?
Yeah.
They recovered it and then they displayed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it said something about it was flying next to a plane with about 35 people on it. And I don't know how far away from this plane it was, but I don't know. The fact that they shot that down, that's what I want to know is like how far away was this plane of people? Like, why was this plane full of people Iranians or what? Like, Americans didn't get that far, but that's a little less important than.
Yeah, I mean, and fuck, I didn't read that, but if that's true, I mean, shit, I don't blame them for shooting it down because, I mean, what's the last time there was a, United States flight craft, aerospace craft, zeroing in on a transport plane in that region of the world was the in Iraq when uh, we shot down that charter plane with like 235 people on it, like 68 kids or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
And that was
Jesus Christ.
no one even was like, oh, my bad. They were like, we're at war.
Jesus Christ. It's
like-
Jason Bourne.
Fucking George H.W. just like, yeah, that shit happens when you're at war. He's like,
Yeah.
Nutty.
It's like, does that happen? Or we just blow everything up that's around you?
Yeah. But this led to us almost launching a war in the Middle East, this almost launching another war in the Middle East. But in the middle of the night, Trump decided that he didn't want to wage war over a drone that was shot down because the potential casualties didn't add up. The official first death count of our responding attack was going to be around 150 people or more. And Trump said that America has wasted too many lives and too much money on pointless Middle Eastern wars, which I agree with.
Yeah, finally that gets said. I feel like if it was any other president, we would be fucking in their country right now.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
An insider of Trump said that Trump made up his mind after watching Tucker Carlson's monologue on Fox News that night about, and this is according to the New York Times. So, first of all, thank you, Tucker Carlson, for keeping us out single-handedly for someone who claims that he has a little power. He prevented us from going into war because Donald Trump likes his haircut and likes the things that he says. He was able to do that because for some reason he's the only person on the mainstream media that can honestly talk about wars. It's like everyone else is Anderson Cooper, CIA robot style fucking news reporter, and there's Tucker Carlson, who is not. And I don't know why he's the one that's able to freely talk about wars. It's kind of weird.
Thank God someone does it.
Yeah,
right.
So at least there is someone that does it.
Yeah, and that he's still alive is a miracle. But
yeah, Jesus Christ,
I don't know how much more he's going to be alive after this. I feel like our people in our government, higher power, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of like really powerful and violent people that want us to go to war constantly.
Yeah, it benefits us immensely.
Some people.
Benefits them.
Yeah.
It benefits them immensely.
Yeah, 100%. The mainstream media is continually leaving out the part that the Iranian government shot the drone out of the sky that was over Iran. I'm not defending their government, but we've done some irreversible damage to the Middle East. So if they want to shoot an unmanned aircraft out of the sky, so be it. A fucking $100 million drone costs less than a 2-year invasion.
Yeah.
Intervention, looting their cities for their gold reserves. The aftermath of the Middle Eastern country being ravaged by the world banks is just let them have the fucking drone.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like I could seriously list, I don't know how many things that I care more about than a stupid drone. Like,
yeah. I mean, I could see I don't know. Let's say it was a plane of people,
Yeah,
that's understandable. If you take one single life, fuck you, and that's their government's choice. If it was an honest reason for us to go to war, but every time it's a reason for us to go to war, it's not. It's not. There's no reason. There's no rhyme or reason from what they're telling us why we're going to war.
Yeah, it's like everything's a reason to go to war to these people.
Yeah, every little thing they can think of to go into another country, and that's why I'm so how we're not in that country right now blows my mind. I don't think the drone, it doesn't seem so much of a big deal to me or you, but I didn't think of how much it was actually a big deal to everyone else when they were how many people I was reading about that they were like, okay, this is definitely excusable for us to start a war. Like, how many people are just like, we should be going to war right now? That's not okay. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, it's because they get advertising money from Boeing and other
Yeah.
companies that get money for making military, airplane
Yeah.
engines and shit like that.
And it's mind blowing. Like, people are just so like willing to just fucking kill off our own people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not even our own people, but like
There's
another country's people too. Like,
there's
it's just,
two, but it's just like that's. I mean, yeah, most of the time we're gonna have the upper hand in just blowing them the fuck up. But we could still have some casualties. You never know what this is gonna bring. Like, I mean, and that'd just be another reason for the world to fucking hate us.
Yeah, no shit. We've spent a majority of my lifetime turning the Middle Eastern desert into glass.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal. Like the amount of bombs that have been dropped on the Middle East in my lifetime is just unfathomable. Like,
Yeah. That
like we're talking World War II number bombings. Like, it's fucking insane.
And I think it's like back then, like you had more, I think, less technology involved and people were going to war with other countries. But it's like now we have so much firepower, like against them, they can't do shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wasn't it like in 2013 or some shit like that? Barack Obama literally ran out of bombs in the Middle East.
Yeah.
He's just fucking.
So it's like, I don't know how this is like. I mean, I could see like if we needed to as a country, if we were on our last legs and like as a country to survive, we needed to do whatever was necessary to make sure like our people were safe. But it's like all these wars that we're in right now is not to benefit us in any way.
No, it's not. So CBS brought on a former admiral named James Sandy Winnefeld Jr. I almost missed the junior part. Who is on the board of directors for a company called Raytheon, which is under a military contract making money from the army, and he was pushing war with Iran. There are multiple people on the news talking about war who either receive campaign contributions from Raytheon or just straight up are on their payroll, and it's fucking disgusting. Like, seriously, like he's what is he? He's the director. He's on the board of directors for Raytheon. And he's on the, they don't talk about it. They don't say who he is. They just say former Admiral James Sandy Winthrop Jr. And he's on the board of directors for the company that designs missile defenses, artillery placement systems, precision weapons, and electronic warfare devices.
Yeah.
That's the guy that's on the news saying, oh yeah, no, we definitely need to invade them.
Yeah.
So not only is he getting a fucking, I don't know, $3,000 check from CBS that day for going on there and peddling his warmongering bullshit.
Yeah.
But he's on the board of directors for the company that is on a multi billion-dollar contract with the US government.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that I feel like should be like how, if that's there, like where's the people calling him out? Like there is people calling him out
here in this room.
Yeah, right.
That's basically what
we're the ones to bring him down,
dude. You can't. I mean, for the most part, you can't trust anything you see on old media anymore.
Yeah,
you have to look everything up yourself. Every time you see someone who's an expert on something, Google them, and it'll tell you exactly who the fuck they are, who's signing their paychecks. Like, I mean, the internet's the most powerful thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is crazy that we don't abuse that as much as a country as we could.
This guy was on the air for I think the clip I saw of him was 2 minutes long. And before it was done, I figured out who he is and where he worked.
It's insane.
Yeah. And they're not disclosing it. He should have to wear a hat and a t-shirt that says Raytheon on it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
his hat says board of directors on it, and his t-shirt just says Raytheon with a big missile on it. And it's obviously a flat build, monster style hat.
He's got
I'm surprised
like
this
necklaces
douchebag's
and
name's
shit.
not Kyle, man.
Yeah,
He
fucking Kyle.
Yeah,
He's a fucking Kyle,
yeah,
bro.
he was in the fucking storage room or like the green room getting ready,
Yeah.
just punching holes in drywall, slamming Monster Energy drinks.
Dude,
That's my favorite meme ever now.
That's a fucking great meme. It is. He's a fucking Kyle for sure. They just wouldn't let him wear. He's like wants to go on the air in his fucking shirt and everything. And they're like, you can't wear that out there, bro. And he's like, bro, why not? Just fucking punches a hole through the wall.
Just Reagan smash.
Yeah, if you watch in that interview actually, and if you zoom in right by his chair, there's a Monster 30. Well, I'm like, what do these people say? Like, I can only hear like some of the things that I could possibly hear people saying that like are like, oh yeah, we need to go to war over a drone being shot down. Like,
We need
like
to
where's
retaliate
your
immediately.
reason for that? Like
they're trying to say that it's making our country look weak in the region. It's like, really? Because we've literally obliterated every country in that region.
yeah.
Let's look.
We're fighting so many wars, like we're not weak. We could
we-
literally pull out of like 3 different wars and just put all of that into another war, you know?
Like, let's look. We gave Saudi Arabia so many fucking missiles that they turned Yemen into like a war zone where they were talking about genocide. The last one of those was the Armenian genocide, and the genocide of Jews and shit, like the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Like, they were talking that number of people were getting butchered by fucking missiles in Yemen. Let's see, Syria, where we tried to repeatedly fake chemical attacks to get in there and take Assad out. Let's see, we destroyed Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, where we illegally assassinated the elected Gaddafi, who was a bad man in some in aspects of his life. But now there's live open fucking slave trade.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Hillary Clinton. Fucking nutto.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucked up. There's really no reason. Like, all these wars, it just blows my mind how fucking easily we're just like, let's do it. And the whole country's like, fuck yeah. Like, how easily manipulated we all are.
Yeah.
Do you think that when the older crowd dies out, shit's gonna change? Like, with that, like when it comes to like going to war, like internet's powerful. You think that our future of our people are gonna be like, we're gonna be more internet friendly. We're gonna see way more things. Like, I feel like it's already really popular, but there's not enough of us young people like getting into power and stuff like that and taking over. Like, do you think there's like just a matter of time before we just take over?
Well, yeah, I think that's the case, but it's also, before you're the next, Mitch McConnell or whoever elected official, you intern for them and you work their campaigns and you get brought into the circle and
it's like
you get indoctrinated. They make you fuck a little kid in a fucking room with a fire in it, and then they videotape it and they hold it over your head, and then now you're not elected to represent the 43rd district of fucking Columbus, Ohio, but you're there to represent Boeing. You're there to represent Raytheon.
Yeah, that's just like, it's crazy to think like how strong is propaganda going to be in the future? Like, if it's still going to hold up like it is now, where people are just still going to be stuck to news channels and stuff like that, and our CIA, if they're still going to have a tight grip on all the news, like, I don't know. It makes sense that could happen. I just would like hope that.
I don't think that the news networks are going to be around. I mean, they're going to be around forever, but I don't think they're going to be as influential as this next generation goes out. That's like 80% of their viewers. Like, a lot of people get their news off of internet sites and YouTube videos and channels and shit like that. Because you can't really trust. Like, you can trust. I don't know. I mean, like, you can trust it in the sense that one person's held accountable or whatever.
Yeah.
for what they say.
He's on his own payroll,
Not us,
though,
because we
you know.
don't really like it. If we fuck it up, it's whatever.
Yeah, if we fuck it up, it's whatever. But even that one person, like, you still like they're working for themselves, basically. Like they
Yeah.
started from working for themselves for the most part, and then they're gonna keep working for themselves. But like,
They're only as beholden to the advertisers as they like allow themselves to be.
yeah. And
I think that's why like we're gonna have problems with advertisers at some point, is because some people aren't gonna like what we say. We got to get someone that, you know,
That's
doesn't,
cool.
doesn't give a fuck.
that says you guys can say whatever the fuck you want. Just
Yeah.
please mention our business.
Yeah,
But think about it. If we're like, you know, big enough podcast around, you know, CF and shit like that, you know, they're going to be like, well, how else are we supposed to advertise? You know, might as well get on that podcast train.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's the people are only as beholden to like their advertisers as they allow themselves to be in like small media company kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like independent companies, like with one or two partnerships. I mean, there's certain company like media groups that have like one sponsor deal where they can hire like 19 fucking people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking insane. But they're not beholden to like anything that they don't want to be. The deal's negotiable. Like, you know, they're not held to anything. I mean, fucking look at what happens when you do something on the mainstream media that someone doesn't like. Like they boycott your show, boycott your ads,
Yeah.
and then you get fired.
Yeah. That's crazy. Dude, I think that shit's wild. I can't wait to see the day that like news just gets fucking shut down or new news channels come up that are more independent.
Yeah.
And then they become popular. Like the one guy, whatever the fuck,
Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson. That was close, man.
Well, he's the Fox News primetime host.
You think, but okay.
But I mean, he also owns, he owns a press company, but I can't remember what it's called. The Daily Mail, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on what it is. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, we're just going to say it's no one who's listening right now is going to be like they all believe us. You all believe us, don't you? I think
because it's the Daily Wire is owned by Ben Shapiro, and then the Daily Stormer is the KKK one. So I'm pretty sure it's the Daily Mail.
The Daily Stormer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a like alt-right news company.
Dude, someday we're gonna just have our own news channel. Like the podcast is gonna be the main thing, but I mean, shit, we're just gonna once a month, just gonna have our own news show, have our own studio and everything. It's gonna be fucking lit.
Yeah.
Even though I guess that's what our podcast is a news show every week, but
yeah. Hopefully more than once a week. If you guys hit the Patreon, that'd be hot. Yeah, when we buy a house, I'm gonna make the studio way better too. It's gonna like build a room in the basement, like tear down walls and fucking build a big ass studio. Make it legit as fuck. No permits because fuck that.
Yeah, fuck permits.
I'm not paying an extra $300 to remodel my basement in the house that I own, okay, bro?
Yeah. So what else is there besides like is there anything deeper? Do we know anything deeper to this? Like, I mean, was Trump he was about to, like, right? Like he was about to. He was about it. Like,
yeah, he was in a meeting. God, where was he? I don't remember where he was. It was somewhere stupid. Like somewhere where you wouldn't expect him to meet with generals and shit like that. Like you'd expect that fucking meeting to go on in the fucking bunker underneath the White House where Dick Cheney gave the stand down order on 9/11.
Yeah.
But it wasn't there. Where the fuck was it? I don't know. It can't be that important if I forgot. Or it's either really important and I just forgot it. But yeah, no, he was meeting with them. Apparently there was a TV on in the room. He was watching Fox News, and he just basically was like, I don't want to do it. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's That's pretty good that happened.
They say that we're gonna lose credibility and authority in the region, but
I feel like people are saying that, but I think honestly, like people around the world are gonna be like, okay, you know, like good for them, like fucking finally.
yeah, well, I mean, and then it's like these like that's how you know that the people in these positions are power hungry and they're getting a fucking side check that they're not supposed to be getting because they're just trying to peddle a war over a fucking drone.
Over a drone. Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not the $180 drone you buy at Walmart or Best Buy, but still.
Why those are the drones we should be buying, so that way
Yeah.
we don't lose so much money if they get shot down.
Yeah, no shit.
Like it was probably just some bored motherfuckers saying like, "Yo, I bet I can hit that drone up there," you know?
Yeah. It's not like they were yelling death to America when they shot it down.
Yeah. Probably thought it was a bird. They're probably fucking hungry.
Dude, the last thing that Iran wants is a war with America because look what it did to all of their neighbors.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure they know like same shit will happen to them. And if they're standing at any reasonable spot, like they're gonna lose it all.
Yeah. And these people that are on the news networks and shit like that, like talking about how we need to retaliate and this is a call to war and shit like that. And like talking about how the government is evil and that country and all that shit. That's how you like look at their face and that's the I'm lying to you so we can go to war face.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the I'm gonna trick you because you're a dumb farmer and you want your son to bring glory to your family, so you're gonna enlist him in the army to go die in Iran.
Yeah. And that's dude, I feel like a lot of people that are like that are like, yeah, like it would suck for my son to go to war, but he's fighting for our country and protecting our country. And it's like, dog, I will never let my kids join any of the forces or anything. Like I don't think it's a terrible idea if you're really trying to do it for maybe getting like school loans and shit like that. But when it comes to just like what I feel like they get thrown into unknowingly, what they're going to be doing unknowingly without, you know, it seems unfair.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell my kids everything I know, everything I've ever learned. And if they still want to do it, then fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe I hate my kid. Maybe he turns out to be a shithead and I'm like, bro, you should totally join the army. Just go to the front lines. I know that sounds shitty, but I fucking hate my kid Kyle.
Fucking Kyle. Just don't name your kid Kyle and you'll be good.
Yeah. I feel like we were a couple of Kyles back in the day.
Yeah, definitely Kyles. I was a Kyle like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. Pretty sure every time I drink a Bang, I'm like just a different version of Kyle.
Yeah.
But is there anything that's like do we have any more like conspiracy behind this? I mean, besides the fact that we're just trying to go to war to steal their shit. Talking about they're doing attacks on oil reserves and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we'll jump into that in a minute here. I just had a couple more things I wanted to go over. It's mostly about like the news people. Is like these are the same people who are going to chastise you for like saying anything negative about people from these countries. Yeah, they're getting paychecks for blowing these people out of their fucking homes.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many fucking like what was it in Iraq? Like over 150,000 like Iraq people, like Iraqis died. How many of those were fucking just casualties or like, you know?
Yeah.
Like
not people we were trying to kill. Like, I mean, we were trying to kill them, but.
Yeah, I had a old boss that was in Iraq on the front lines doing basically his unit was in charge of like trying to find insurgencies and stuff. He told me some fucked up stories about shit that like to normal people, like they would like blindfold them all, drag one by one, drag them like out behind the house, put a gag on them and shoot a bullet in the air.
Yeah.
And then grab the next person and be like, all right, well, your dad's dead. Do you want to talk now? And they wouldn't talk. And then they'd be like, all right. And then they'd go grab they'd grab the mom, do the same thing, be like, all right, your mom's dead. Do you want to talk now?
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, no. And then they'd like be like, all right, well, here's your brother. Like, and then they'll pull them, like they're literally just pretending to murder their family members
Yeah.
to get them to talk. Like, if we're willing to do that, like, what else are we willing to, you know?
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, thank God that we're not, like, actually killing them. But at the same time, they're going to die anyways.
Well, yeah. How many times do you think, like, a door gets kicked in and someone gets shot? You know, like, shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, like, fuck, we call them terrorists, but we're terrorizing their fucking, their whole region, not the country, the whole Middle East.
Yeah. Like, it's not just, like, one country. We're literally, like, you all need to be scared of us.
Yeah,
like,
I remember in, like, fucking 2001, where there were, like, 400 people in this group called Al-Qaeda, and we were hunting them down. And now it's, like, it's so much worse now. It's so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely do not have the numbers and the death toll that we have.
No.
Like, our death toll, like, on all of those countries is like if anything, like, I mean, those other countries, if they had the power, if all these countries just suddenly had all the power in the world, we would be like the number one target.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just goes to show that we have an army that's able to afford to put a bulletproof vest and a bulletproof helmet on every single soldier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why the numbers are what they are. We're able to drive around in tanks while they're in fucking pickup trucks with fucking, you know, guns from the fucking 60s that they got from a Russian shipment that they hijacked.
They're like, we don't need tanks. We got an F-150. I don't know how we found it, but we got it. Let's go.
Yeah, well, they what the fuck? They drive like Durangos or something, like those, or not Dodge Durangos. What are they? I think they're just the Toyota truck. Isn't that like the old,
like the
80s?
first edition Toyota truck?
Yeah,
like that's what it was called.
It's called the Toyota truck. I'm pretty sure it's like a 1980s truck. It's called the Toyota truck.
Are we joking, or do you actually think it's literally called?
I'm pretty serious. I mean, I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure it's literally just called the Toyota truck. And that's like what they're driving around in the desert with, like, RPKs, like, duct tape to the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Like in the movies, they have like mounted machine guns and shit. And, like, on the news networks, when they're like, oh, ISIS rolled into this town, and it like shows them with like a fucking 50 cal. No, it's like, from what I've been told, it's RPKs duct tape to the roof and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from people that have been there, not fucking videos that are on the news.
Yeah. And it was honestly probably us who put them inside of that fucking truck with the mounted machine gun and shit. Like, we probably said, okay, we need you to drive down the street and look really fucking intimidating.
Yeah.
Probably paid them a bunch of money, then killed them, took it back. That sounds like an American type of thing to do. We're a bunch of Indian givers.
Yeah. I can't find anything on the Toyota truck, but I'm pretty sure that there was literally just called the Toyota truck. Don't take my word for it. Double check what I just said, but I'm pretty sure that there was a thing called the Toyota truck.
Ran on like AA batteries and shit. Like,
no, it ran on 2D batteries. Hello.
Charge it for 8 hours, get 45 minutes of drive time.
Like, one of those old, like, fucking plastic Hummers that kids had. Like, cousin Chad always had one. I was so fucking jealous of him.
Right.
Like, dude, can we just like roll all the way to grandma's house on that thing? He'd be like, no, you no longer have to charge it.
Yeah, right.
Well, what do you use it for then? If it's just like gonna sit in your garage and not, like, you don't use it, like, let me take it home to Cedar Falls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, that's amazing. I would love to have me a Toyota truck.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy to me how it's just virtue signaling is all it is these people are like, 1 minute, oh, I care more about, you know, like, they're like, oh yeah, you know, Muslim refugees and shit like that. And then they're like, yeah, but we're going to blow up their country.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Like, I mean, I'm all for like taking in refugees and shit like that, but I think if we don't blow up their countries, they don't have to be refugees. Like, if their town isn't erased off the fucking map,
yeah,
they're not refugees. They're just citizens of that fucking town.
Yeah.
Like, these are the people that are like, oh yeah, well you're a bigot because you don't, like
Yeah.
how are they not the bigot? And that like it's just the I'm gonna lie to go to war and then I'm gonna virtue signal to get reelected.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's so fucking stupid.
And no one sees it.
Yeah.
No one. And literally that's like the scary part. It's like, yeah, there's people that read this shit and maybe try and do stuff about it, but what if there's not enough people for a long ass time who actually do something about it, and these people that are in power just get to like just stay there, be able to the lies that they have, like you said, like that's such an obvious fucking thing. You're gonna just fucking be a two-faced fucking newscaster, say whatever the fuck you want to say, and no one turns, no one, what is it, no one bats an eye. Is that the right phrase?
Yeah.
No one bats an eye at it. And it's like, fuck, like if people don't stand up and do something about it, like that there's a very good chance I feel like that could keep happening. Especially if you have people that are smarter and don't fucking run it. Like Cousin Lenny's fucking brand is written all over all of this shit.
Yeah.
Like how more people don't just see this type of shit blows my mind.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and it's like the same broadcasters, like the same fucking assholes that sit there on multi-million-dollar contracts. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Trump's a pussy for not dropping these bombs," and then next week we'll be hearing a story like, "Oh, the Iranian government is misunderstood." Like the minute we go into war with them, it's gonna be fucking Fox News versus CNN over whether or not we should really be there. While this whole fucking last week, they're like, we need to go to Iran and kick some ass and take some names and chew some fucking bubble gum.
Yeah, right now there's no sides to it. They're just like, all right, guys, I know usually we want you to fight and like, battle each other, but like right now we really need to go to war. Like we really want this. So just everyone just fucking push it. We'll fight later, Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. It makes me fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like I said earlier, how many fucking hundreds of thousands of innocent people in these countries have died because their leaders didn't want to bend a knee to the central banks? That's basically all it is. Everything's run by the central banks. The fucking military-industrial compact or military-industrial fucking group, they're just all there. They're just the fucking central bank's fucking bulldog. That's all they are. They're just on a fucking loose leash right now because they want to go invade this country because they don't want to fucking bend their knee. Like, people think it's about oil, but it's not. Like, what in Afghanistan, what did we get? We didn't get oil from Afghanistan. We got fucking poppy fields. Now we have a heroin epidemic.
Yeah.
Wow, imagine that. In Iraq, we got them back on the U.S. petrodollar and left their country in fucking shambles.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's the banks. It's not. It's not a war. It's not over a drone. It's banks. It's the bankers.
The people who control the money control the world.
Yeah, it's just the military-industrial complex assholes are just fucking there to enforce the bank's wishes
and to make profit.
Yeah, it's like they're basically all that group is the toughest fucking security guard at the bank.
Yeah. It's like an episode of The Sopranos or something,
Yeah.
They're a bunch of loan sharks, except they didn't take out any loans. They're just like, you owe us this money, even though you didn't borrow any money.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you don't want to fucking bank through us? All right, then. Like oh, you don't want to base your fucking, you don't want to have a gold standard in your country for a banking system? All right. We'll just send America to fucking come kick your ass in for fucking 8 years.
Yeah.
How long have we been in Iraq? We got there in 2002 officially. Haven't left.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got our hands in everything.
It's ridiculous.
Do you think it's like all these wars? Do you think like do you think their end game is just like they just want to control the entire world? Like that's where
world domination is definitely an idea, but I think it's easier to. I think they're trying. Honestly, like you were talking, like world domination or world control. I think it's more putting people in power that will play ball and keeping the country stable.
Yeah.
Is what the idea is. And it's proving a lot harder to keep these countries stable because every time we go in there and fucking drop 280,000 fucking pounds in bombs.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the country becomes less stable than it was when we got there.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of people mad that you killed their dad or fucking ruined their farmland. And they start militias like ISIS or Al Qaeda.
Well, and just think like, I mean, you could have, it's kind of tough. It's hard to think, you know, you could have that whole Middle East. You could have every single person be like, all right, like this is a time we got to say fuck it. Like maybe try and like, we need to get allies somewhere else and just create the biggest force possible to deal with America.
Yeah, that's why we backed off of fucking Syria, is because Assad got backed by Putin.
Yeah, we can't fuck with Russia.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Fucking drop a nuclear bomb on Russia? They supposedly have a dead man switch where if someone doesn't input a code, it's there's like Geiger meters all over the country. I got it mixed up with some other countries. There's like a Geiger meter system. And if anywhere in the country reaches an abnormal amount of radiation and someone's not there to stop it, it'll launch all of their nuclear missiles.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, if I was in power, that's what I would do. I'd be like, y'all, you better not even touch us.
Did you see the thing that, who was it? I don't think it was the New York Times, but it might have been. Like someone wrote an article about how we might have encrypted malware into the Russian electric grid, and now we have full control over the electric grid in Russia.
Oh, that's
Trump was like, that is a treasonous thing to post on. Like you can't talk about that.
Yeah,
because one, if it's true, and we go to war with Russia, that's bad. Two, if it's not true, and we go to war with Russia over it, that's bad. It's like,
yeah, I think we just need to stay away from Russia. I feel like we're pushing buttons, you know, like I don't think like, I mean, like, thank God, you know, like we have not the worst reputation, like we have like at least some sort of connection to Russia, like as an understanding to say like we're not gonna fuck with you guys, like we're not gonna fuck with each other. But like I feel like we're pushing buttons hard. Yeah. Like I feel like we're just on this train that's literally like we're stepping around glass. Like we're doing fine now. We're, you know, like we haven't, like once we see like a big piece of glass in front of us, we don't just say fuck it and step on it, you know, but at the same time, like we don't stop. We just keep moving. Just go around the other pieces of glass that don't matter, that wish they were bigger pieces of glass, but unfortunately they're not.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can't fuck with Russia.
Yeah. Well, I think it's crazy back to like the Middle East. I think it's crazy that the mainstream media is going to try to say that not retaliating and starting an armed conflict with Iran makes us look weak in the region. We've already brought Libya, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and basically every other country in the region except for Saudi Arabia to their knees just by bombing the fuck out of them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we don't look weak right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we don't look weak. That's just me. I'm pretty sure everyone in the world would say, besides Americans, because we think we're going to look weak, everyone else in the world is like thinking like, holy fuck, do not, like, let's not fuck with America.
Yeah.
Because they are crazy motherfuckers.
Well, if you like, thanks to Project Mockingbird, now we got people who are there because the government orders them to be there to push this bullshit for the CIA to fucking, you know, go start shit in other countries. You got assholes like literally. And did you know Anderson Cooper was an intern at the CIA?
Was he?
Yeah. You don't stop working for the CIA.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like once you're in, you're in.
Yeah. It's like the Crips, dude. It's blood in, blood out.
Yeah. I feel like the CIA is like 10 times higher level than the Bloods and the Crips. Higher than that. Like, you like Bloods and the Crips. Like if you move to like fucking like California on some beach or something, or you move to Mexico or some other country, like they're gonna be like, fuck it. We don't need to chase this guy. Like, fuck it. He was a bitch. But like CIA is like, we know where these fuckers are at. Like, if they leave, we've got so much dirt on them. Like, they take all the precautions to be like, we're gonna be airtight.
Yeah.
Even though they're
what your
not.
purpose is for every breath you take for the rest of your life is for the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also something I found interesting is over the last like 3 years, we've gone from having like 7 military bases around the border of Iran to 21.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I wonder if there was a narrative building that we were going to try to go to war with this country.
Right. Like we were just
We've literally surrounded them with military bases.
Well, that's what blows my mind is that that we decided not to go to war with them, it kind of confuses me because it would have, in my eyes, it would have been like, and that's Trump. Thank God it's Trump. Because yeah, if it was anyone else.
Oh, if it was Clinton, it would have been a fucking bloodbath.
If anyone else.
She would have been laughing about it. Have you ever heard her fucking laughing about fucking killing Gaddafi or getting Gaddafi killed?
Yeah, I think so. It was a while ago.
Literally was sodomized with a fucking dagger.
Yeah.
And she was like, we came, what'd she say? We came, we conquered, he died or some shit like that. And then she's like, ha 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 ha. Like, it's fucking sick.
That's what every other American is doing though. Just laughing about it. They think it's funny. To them, it's
I'm like, man, that would fucking hurt.
To every American, it's like a video game. Like it's like they're playing a video game or watching a TV show, you know? But like to them, it's like virtual reality. Like this shit's real and this is crazy and this is cool. Like we're going to war. Like, fuck yeah. Time to put our flags up outside on our porch, you know? Like,
yeah, no shit.
Time to bust out my old army uniform and start wearing it around town so people start thanking me for my service of fucking killing people. Not saying everyone does that, but there's definitely people that either do that or buy used military gear and walk around town and do that.
Yeah, like those videos make me cringe.
Oh God.
So bad. So like you said earlier, there was an attack on a Japanese oil tanker that was reported to have been carried out by the Iranian government, but it's coming out that was probably a lie. The mainstream media still reports it as a credible story, but it's just a propagandized, like war propaganda attack.
Yeah.
Like the official story was that they planted a mine on it, but didn't set the fuse and then went back and just started it on fire, I think is what the story is.
Cousin Lenny forgot to fucking put the fuse in place. God damn it.
It's just
Lenny's like, I don't know what happened. I pressed the blue button. God damn it, Lenny.
Lenny, did you set the charge? Duh, I think I did. You press the green button and the red button, right?
I'm Cousin Lenny. Look at me. Dude, Cousin Lenny's in fucking everything. He's got his hands, like, it would not surprise me. Like, Al Capone, stupid as fuck. Low as fuck IQ, dumb as hell, ran shit.
Yeah,
ran shit. It would not blow my mind if the highest person in power in this world was just stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like, it would surprise me.
I did watch that episode of Drunk History. Is like, instead of being called Scarface, Al Capone wanted to be called like Snuffles or something like that.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, that episode opened. Dude, Drunk History is a great way to get informed. Like, people know, you know, some shit. They kind of a really entertaining way to learn some shit. And when I watched that episode of Al Capone, that shit made me cry.
Yeah, I was fucking
that shit out. Was fucking hilarious.
Matea's in the other room. She's like, "Are you finally watching that episode that Dylan was telling you about?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah."
Dude, yeah. Like, I can't remember. I think he was crying when he kept talking about the dick cheese or whatever, the dick pus or whatever. It's like, oh, I got this dick pus coming out. I probably shouldn't do anything about it. Like,
oh fuck. So, do you remember Adam Schiff? You remember who that is? The guy that was on the news networks, all the CNN, Ted Turner Company networks over the last 2 years. He's a congressman talking about how, yep, no, we got evidence that Trump colluded and all that shit. So he's the leading expert on this Japanese oil tanker attack.
Oh wow.
Because his track record is so fucking
Yeah.
good. You fucking idiot. Oh my god. But he said, this is an exact quote: "The evidence of Iran's attack on ships is strong. We should be leading an international effort to protect the seas and reduce the risk of conflict. Instead, Trump policies have left us isolated in the region, unstable." It's like, yeah, Trump's policies left the region fucking unstable. Are you kidding me? I don't even blame Obama for half the shit that's going on in the Middle East. I blame fucking Bush and his psycho dad.
Yeah.
Like, at least Obama tried, like, intention, or looked like he tried when he first got in to go and try to, you know, kind of set shit straight. And then he just found out that no, either you play ball or you fucking get out.
I feel like that's that's kind of tough. Like you see like the Obamas and stuff. Like you always wonder like how uncorrupted were these people until they got to their spot, and then like you said, like they have you go into a room with a nice fire, fuck a 5-year-old, and then they hold it over your head, and like who's to say they don't hold you at gunpoint?
I think Obama was in it for a while. His family was all CIA.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that he went in there naively. He went into office naively. I would say that's the best way to describe it. Because I don't know. Either that, he was just a fucking con man from the start, but I don't want to believe that.
Well, yeah, I think so. I think that makes a good point. Like someone like that, like you look at his personality and you're like, dude, like not saying that like we can read people better than others, but like you just look at someone and you say like, you feel like there's just got to be something weird about someone who's like that. You know, like I get it. Like he could have totally been corrupt from like the beginning, but it's from a guy smoking weed in college and shit like that, and like all that other shit, to becoming someone who's like fucking pushing a bunch of like backing wars and like trying to invade shit, like that just doesn't seem right. Like it definitely feels like that's totally influenced.
It's the same story as Trump too. Is fucking he came in as an anti-interventionalist and then ended up running out of bombs because he bombed so many fucking countries in the Middle East. What happened? Trump came in anti-interventionalist, fucking dropped the first mother of all bombs. I mean, I think it's just that office just fucking churns people into the worst version of themselves. I don't know, man.
It's just like what do they have over you? My thought is it's just point blank, like, look, like, yeah, like you said, you better play ball or you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And I think they know that. And that's why it's kind of surprising. Like, I don't get why people would go into power sometimes. Why Trump would go into power. To try and change shit, I could see being a good thing. That's kind of like, we need change. We need shit to be changed in our country. But like who would have the balls to go in there and literally like oppose everything that we've done in the past, like 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
You know, maybe not that long, maybe not that far back, but yeah, that far back. Dude, we've been fucking shit up for a long time. Yeah. We've been killing people to start wars from like the I can't remember the last time they talked about, like, I don't know if it was the war in Afghanistan, not Afghanistan, but the Korean War, maybe it was.
Well, there's talk that even we let Pearl Harbor happen.
It makes perfect sense.
I mean,
without it, it just makes way more sense that we let it happen
than it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a surprise for the people.
It was a surprise. Like, holy, like planes are literally flying over you, like, and ships are literally there, and they're like, what the fuck? And then they tell them, like, sorry guys, like our comms were cut off, like we couldn't tell you, you know? Like, it makes perfect sense.
The Gulf of Tonkin, where fucking Jim Morrison's dad himself, Admiral Morrison, was responsible for the fucking false flag attack that got us in, was it Korea or was it Vietnam? I think it was Vietnam.
It might have been Vietnam. I think that's what I was trying to think of.
But yeah, fucking the lead singer of the Doors is dad.
Yeah.
Fucking of all people.
Fucking communist.
I mean, fucking for real though. Like that, shit, like it goes downhill. Like like the shit does not go downhill. It goes uphill with these people. Like it's fucking.
It just it keeps getting
escalating.
it
Like
keeps
every time
getting-
it's worse.
Yeah. And
It's like Pearl Harbor. They're like, all right, well, we got to let them kill fucking 4,000 people. And then it's like Gulf of Tonkin. They're like, we can just say that they killed 4,000 people.
yeah.
And then it's like 9/11. It's like, oh, we killed 4,000 of our own people.
Yeah. It's like before, I think their thought process from earlier in the days were let's let them kill us and then our hands are clean. But like nowadays it's literally like
we can just make it look like they did it.
We can make it look like they did it, kill our own people, whatever we have to do. But I just don't, dude, some of the shit that they've done, especially with like 9/11, like if anyone's like out there believing that shit was like
how
real.
They say it happened.
How they say it
the
happened.
Official story.
Like how many people have come out and said that shit was fake, and now it's like every person who tries to be like a conspiracist about it gets fucking shut down because everyone's like, you're fucking stupid. But there's so much people on the internet now though that are like, everyone is becoming like a thing, you know. I think 9/11 was a really good start to everyone's eyes being opened, you know. The best way to spread the real shit that's happening is with memes. You know, 9/11 jet fuel can't melt, or jet fuel
can't melt solid steel.
Yeah, it's like that became such a big meme, and I feel like that's what opened my eyes to everything. I didn't think our country was capable of doing this shit, you know. Did not think we were capable of doing this shit. And then I watched videos about 9/11 and I was like, oh my God, there's no way. We had the episode, it was like, there's no way we didn't do this shit.
Yeah.
We fucking are crazy. We are fucking crazy bastards.
Yeah. So a fun story about Adam Schiff is, you remember that Raytheon company that we were talking about earlier that, you know, builds all that fun things that we use to kill people for the army. So the same company threw him a party to help his reelection. And guess who was fucking there? And there's pictures of them together.
Yeah.
Guess who was there? I'll give you one guess, and you're not going to get it. But it's going to be funny if you do. I'll fucking shit myself.
I get one guess to guess who is there.
All right, name 3 famous people, celebrities.
Do you think I will get it?
I don't know, but if you do, I'm going to fucking shit myself.
Okay, we haven't talked about him today, right?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. It's not a him.
It's a her.
Yeah.
Clinton.
No, a celebrity. Like
a celebrity.
Yeah, not a politician. All right, so start over. 3 guesses. Go.
Okay, I get 3 guesses. And this is for at his party that they threw him. Fuck, celebrities. It's not a porn star.
No.
It's a celebrity.
I wish it was a porn star.
Oh God.
Should I give you another hint?
Yeah, give me one more.
Female musician.
Female musician.
No, I'm kind of just giving it to you, I feel like.
I don't, dude, it's female musician. I'm trying to think who's invested in that shit. Older or younger?
No, you got enough hints, dog.
I got enough hints?
I mean, like, probably, like, under 50.
Okay.
We'll go under 50.
Since I got 2 more guesses, I'm just going to go out.
You got 3 guesses.
I know, but
you went with Clinton. So that doesn't count. So 3 guesses.
Yeah. I got 2 guesses after I say Kesha.
It was not Kesha. But that's amazing.
Oh God, I'm trying to fucking think who's fucking involved in all this shit. Is it? I don't know why, and I'm gonna say this. All that comes to my head is Miley Cyrus because I fucking just have seen her on like Black Mirror and shit.
Not Miley Cyrus.
Trying to think who's the biggest cunt in women's music right now.
I'll give you a hint. Another hint. World-renowned star, married to a rapper.
Is it really Beyonce? Are you serious? Dude, I was literally thinking about Beyonce right there. Yes. Dude, I literally was thinking fucking Beyonce. I don't know why, because I literally listened to her Lemonade album for the first time like a week ago. That's insane. I swear to God, I was gonna say that. Like, oh man, that blows my mind.
I couldn't think of
I was like, there's no way it's gonna be Beyonce. You picked Beyonce.
Well, I couldn't think of a good word of the day, so I just
I
just did that game instead.
You're like, okay, today. That's not a bad way. That's not a bad idea. Dude, I literally was thinking fucking Beyonce too. That shit blows me away. I could have fucking had that shit.
Cheers, Beyonce.
Ah, damn, bro, that pisses me off. Fuck you, Beyonce.
Yeah, fucking Queen Bee was there to raise money for his reelection. And so it's no fucking mystery that this guy hasn't changed his pro-war stance in his entire political career because he's in Raytheon's pocket. He's literally lined with blood money. I'm surprised his fucking pockets aren't just fucking dripping wet with blood.
So Beyonce was at the party. Like, what is? Have we had past things about Beyonce that have shown her being?
She's kind of political. I mean, she supported Beto in his election versus fucking the Zodiac killer in Texas.
We speaking of Beto, when I was at my job, the brewery I work at, they were holding a support thing for Beto out on our patio, like a thing, and they had signs and posters. You know how many people came into that building thinking that Beto was actually there? We probably had like 10 plus people come into the building thinking Beto was there. Was like, yeah, we heard Beto was going to be here. And I was like, are you fucking stupid?
Well,
like,
he just did something at like Iowa, like the University of Iowa, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why we would. We turned down the Republicans to have a Republican. The Republicans wanted to hold something in our party room. We turned them down, and we got shit on for it.
Really?
Like, yeah, our owner was like, yeah, I don't really support your guys' views. I don't really follow the same stuff. We're not going to allow you guys to have you guys hold your party here. And they got so many calls from normal people, like regulars and shit. Not regulars, but like regular people. And they just got shit on. But he didn't give a fuck. I like it. He was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Not gonna let Republicans hold their shit here.
That's funny.
I wouldn't let any fucking people in politics hold any shit anywhere.
Not
fuck
in a private business. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's just calling for. That's just calling for a fucking target. Just be like, no, we don't do politics here. Sorry, this is our place of business. We don't do politics here.
Yeah,
Like, I own like a public business. Fuck no.
They've seen some hardships.
Dude, did you hear, have I told you about that or have you read about it yet? That after Beto lost to Ted Cruz, he did a walkabout and ate a jar of dirt. Like he ate dirt to renew himself.
What?
Yeah, there's like, I don't know if it's like a popular meme or whatever, but it's like just Beto being weird. Like someone says something weird and Beto goes, here, hold my dirt. Instead of like, hold my beer, he goes, hold my dirt.
So when he lost, he just fucking what? That's weird as fuck. He
ate dirt. Like he went and he did a walkabout, ate some dirt, and came back. He's like, I'm gonna be president. Fucking weirdo, dude.
And that literally he has such a good chance because he ate dirt. Literally, like that. That makes me want to vote for him.
Dude,
I'm not even kidding.
There's like fucking 22 Democratic candidates right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but can any of them ride a skateboard across stage? Probably only half of them.
Joe Biden still wants to box Trump. I think that's the coolest fucking thing ever. Could you imagine if our next election was like instead of having a debate, it was like a 3-round boxing match?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, like 3 5-minute rounds of them fucking old fucks boxing until one of them has a heart attack and the next person's the president.
I feel like Biden would have it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Trump's got that butterbean build.
Yeah, that's true. I think he
Biden's
does,
like a skeleton.
Yeah, but I think if it took into who was going to have a healthier heart to get into shape for the fight, I feel like Biden
Yeah.
would have a better
Well, I
chance.
don't think there's any getting shape in a fight at that point in your life. I feel like if you try to get in shape for a fight at that point in your life, you're just going to die trying to get into shape for the fight.
I feel like the only way to get into shape for them is literally to just stretch and get flexible so they don't pull something while they're out there, because they're going to, like, someone's going to pull something and it's just going to have to be a gentleman's agreement. Look, I get it. I'm scared of pulling something too. Let's just call it. Speaking of fights, just a quick little side note. Have you heard about the whole Tom Cruise fucking Justin Bieber? Is it,
yeah.
do we,
There's something, someone
I know
else,
Dana
someone else
White
challenged him to a fight. Like someone challenged Justin Bieber in place of Tom Cruise. I can't remember who it was though. Hopefully it's Orlando Bloom. Then he slapped fucking it was Blake Griffin slapped the fuck out of him at a Starbucks. Do you remember that in like 2013 or some shit?
I feel like I remember that.
It might have been more recent than that. Like Justin Bieber was at a Starbucks and he like wouldn't put a shirt on, and so they wouldn't serve him. Blake Griffin smacked him.
Dude,
could you imagine getting smacked? Blake Griffin is like, I'm tall, like I'm 6'4". Blake Griffin's like 6'8" or 6'9".
Yeah.
Imagine getting slapped by someone that tall. I just fucking.
Dude, Blake Griffin's fucking awesome. That guy's crazy.
That would be the worst. How embarrassing, because Justin Bieber is like fucking 5'11".
Yeah. Blake Griffin, didn't he do a bunch of commercials for Gamefly and shit?
Probably.
I think he did. And I loved him for it. Oh, God. But, like, yeah, that would be... I wish they would do something other than, like debates. Like, have all of them... You know, the show Wipeout. Have them all run a wipeout course.
Well, the only one on the Democrats right now, like, well, I guess Eric Holder might be able to. And then Tulsi Gabbard. Bernie Sanders isn't going to be able to fucking do it.
Yeah. If one of those hidden punching gloves pops out of that wall, it's going to break him in half.
Oh my God, I just about had fucking lining kugels come out of my nose. That hurt so bad. My eyes are just watering like a motherfucker.
Oh,
You're gonna get
God.
punched in half, he says. Holy shit. I was not expecting you to go there with that. Oh my God, my nose is running and everything. Holy shit.
I just see it now.
Oh my God, just falls apart like a Lego from Lego Star Wars. Just like, ooh, and just...
Well, and he's a tiny person. He either gets fucking chopped in half by that glove or he gets knocked back. Like, all you see is the glove come out and he just shoots back like 30 feet before he hits the water. Like,
dude, if he weighs 85 pounds, I'd be surprised. He just looks like an old, like, he looks like Father Time depicted in real life.
Yeah, right?
It's literally like, I mean, it's weird because back in his first presidential campaign run, he like didn't fucking do anything with his hair. And now he looks like he has a normal hair. Like, do you remember all those pictures where his hair was crazy? It's like,
yeah,
you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember. I remember him having the wild hair. I don't remember him now having the nicer hair.
His hair is more kempt this time around. It's probably because he raised like fucking $300 million in a day and a half. I'll never forget, my old roommate, his band opened for the Bernie Sanders rally at UNI.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like I remember something like that. I remember a kid from high school, Oliver, he met Bernie or something. There's that picture says, "The punk community supports you." I don't support him. I don't support anyone in office. Fuck.
No, are you kidding me? He bent the knee to Hillary Clinton, kissed the ring.
Yeah.
And then his wife got bailed out of her fucking IRS case. Are you kidding me? No, I don't. If you support Bernie Sanders this time around.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, that's the hard part. There's so many people that you would hope to be like the independent people that would realize all the shit that's going on. We're so for Bernie. I was at first, but I wasn't that into all this shit. I didn't know about all this shit. I was like, yeah, Bernie, let's get him in here. And then even when he bent the knee to Hillary, I was like, well, it just seems like he had to do it. But like,
and then you look into his wife's IRS case when she got caught for bankrupting the college illegally and shit like that.
Yeah. Now it's like, Okay.
owns 3 houses for like over like what is it like $3.1 million in net value between the 3 houses, all in the same fucking county.
Yeah, like I think when everyone gave him shit for driving a nice car, it was like, do you guys? I mean, all you people that are trying to like fuck him over for driving a nice car. There's not a whole bunch of other stuff you could have talked shit on him about. You just talk about the nice car, which literally got more popularity than probably
What did he
anything.
even drive? He drove a Mercedes, right?
He drove I don't think it was a Mercedes. I think it was like a Mitsubishi. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I don't remember any of
it. Was a pretty nice car, but it wasn't anything insane. I think it was under 100,000. Like,
oh well, I've definitely seen kids at our high school drive better cars.
Yeah, right. Like, you want to talk shit about our soon-to-be president driving a nice-ass car? Like, talk shit about fucking Kyle, who fucking punches hole through his walls, drinks Monster Energy drinks.
I thought you were about to talk about the Kyle that we know. I was like, Kyle had like basically the same car I did.
Yeah, the smallest, dinkiest fucking car. That Kyle wasn't a real. He wasn't. Like Kyle wasn't a real Kyle. Kyle wasn't a real Kyle. Yeah. I'm sorry, Kyle.
Sorry, Kyle.
But you aren't a real Kyle. You got to earn the name. You don't just get it. It doesn't work like that.
Damn, bro. You just took his name away from him.
Dude, he doesn't deserve it. He's like Kyle 0.5, and then just everyone else is Kyle. Like, we're a couple of fucking Kyles.
Like I said, I was Kyle a month ago. But other intelligence agencies, back on this whole like oil tanker thing, other intelligence agencies and our allies told the U.S. not to engage because the narrative didn't make sense at the time. But it's not stopping companies that put money into our elected officials' pockets from being like, hey, we should probably intervene here.
Yeah.
Like, and they like if other countries that are like, yeah, no, that's fucked up. Like if Great Britain is like, oh no, that's fucked up, we should probably do that. Like we should probably engage them. And they're like, no, we need to wait for more information. If they're like,
Yeah.
I mean, our European allies are not backing our fucking Iran hit right now.
Yeah.
Then something stinks. Something fucking stinks, bro.
Yeah.
Like when you got fucking Angela Merkel, who might be a descendant of Adolf Hitler, fucking be like, no, you guys shouldn't invade Iran right now. Like there's something like literally, I feel like it's like a rogue. Like to me, it seems like a rogue military-industrial complex group being like, we don't need the support of this group. Like we don't need the support of the world banks. We're the fucking muscle.
Yeah.
Like that's how it fucking smells to me.
Like they literally paid the $200 an hour for Kyle to come and plan out how they're gonna start a war with fucking Iran.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if fucking
Lenny, not Kyle, not Kyle, Lenny.
It wouldn't surprise me for a fucking minute if it comes out that some CIA asset was the one that planted a explosive device on a Japanese tanker.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. And what's Japan going to do? Did you know Japan's not allowed to have an army based on a treaty from World War II? We are the army for the country Japan.
Jesus. You want
to talk about world police?
You're gonna have a bomb that wasn't fused or something, that wasn't planted right. Like, are you fucking stupid? You know how many much harder things there are to do than life that you could fucking find people that could do that flawlessly. And when it comes to just putting a bomb out there,
I could blow up an oil tanker if I put my fucking mind to it.
Like they could literally say, here's the button. Like they could teach a monkey how to fucking do it. The fact that they
shot one into space, bro.
Well, and like you look at you think about all the bombs that got sent to all the famous people that weren't live bombs. I don't know. Resemble something much. Like you just want attention and you got it. You literally, yeah, the bomb didn't go off. You didn't need the bomb to go off. They went back and supposedly burned it on fire or lit it up. Like, you didn't need that bomb to be live. You just fucking put it there.
It's fucking ridiculous.
This is insane. Thank God we did not go to fucking war with them.
That would have been the worst birthday present I got.
Yeah,
because this all happened on my birthday.
This is like I feel like a giant ass moment in like American history. I feel like this is like I don't remember any other time, and I don't know a whole lot, but I don't remember any other time that we decided to say let's not go to war. Like,
yeah, the only thing I can think of is the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, that perfect.
And guess what happened to the president that was behind not going to war? That he got fucking shot in the head in Dallas.
Mm-hmm. It literally, we're a country of war. And now I'm thinking like, well, fuck, if Trump decided not to do that, like, what's to say he's going to be safe? Like, who's to say that he's still going to be alive in the next couple months? CIA loves a nice, sad death story. They'll fucking be totally fine with killing off a president if he's like. But do you think Trump's in the CIA's pocket though right now? Like,
dude, I don't know with this guy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really fucking tough.
He gets a sugar high on Diet Cokes and fucking tweets from his fucking toilet at 3 a.m. Dude, he is like the fucking wild card. Like that episode of It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the wild card.
I cut the brakes. I'm the wild card, baby. Woo!
Cut the brakes. I'm the wild card, baby. Every group needs a wild card. Like, that's what it's like tough. Like, how much do they have their hands in Trump's pocket? And as much as I want to think Trump's like something different and like the good things he's done, I'd have to put my money, if I had to, I'd have to put my money that he was being like manipulated in some way by someone, probably from the CIA somehow. They're too powerful not to have their hands in whatever they want.
Fuck, dude, he dropped a Moab because his daughter cried at Thanksgiving because of a video she saw on Facebook.
Wait, he did what?
You remember when he dropped the Moab? Like his fucking Ivanka Trump, the reason he did it is because she saw a video on Facebook and it made her cry, and so he dropped a Moab to end the insurgency in that area. That's why he dropped it, was because his daughter didn't like a video she saw on Facebook. I don't know, dude. This guy's a fucking nutty wild card, fucking ace in the hole, and I don't know how I feel about it, but sometimes I think it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I literally think we just need wild card after wild card until we get like the one that's literally, we need Gary Busey to be our fucking president.
Fuck no, Gary Busey is a weirdo, dude. The same roommate that is in Iraq, man, that opened for Bernie Sanders' thing at UNI, met Gary Busey at a fucking Holiday Inn in Cedar Rapids.
Jesus Christ. That doesn't surprise me.
There's a picture of it, like them with him. He went to their concert.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is the greatest thing. Gary Busey just makes me smile in so many weird ways. Like, but that's it. We need someone who's going to be out there who literally says I don't give a fuck. And literally everyone who decides to go into politics is not those types of people. People who go to school and do all this shit are people that are being bred to be controlled by someone else, in my opinion. If I look at all the people that I've seen who are good at school, like shit like that, like there's some outlanders, but like you said, like from the start, people are going to weed you out if you're not going to play ball. And if you're not going to play ball, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, you got to start low and play ball with whatever group, whatever they tell you, whatever they want you to do. You have to be in it. So I just feel like there's no one in power that's ever going to be without. Trump was the closest thing, though. You know? Trump was like the closest thing we could have had. Someone who's already way up there, really popular. Like,
yeah.
He's the wild card, baby. Every group needs a wild card.
Yeah. One last thing I really kind of like, this is the last thing I really had is that I wanted to touch on is like the mainstream media in the US is trying to like say that Iran is escalating things with the US, but realistically the US is escalating things with Iran, like just plain and simple. Like there's not a fleet of Iranian Navy in the Gulf of Mexico. There's not an army setting up shop on the Canadian border and Mexican border. Like the mainstream media is like radicalizing the people of Iran to make it easier for Americans to be like
It's the propaganda.
those people. Yeah, they're like literally making it so that the average Joe will be like, yeah, those people are bad people. Like we need to have our army there.
Yeah,
like it's what they do. It's what they've always done.
When I feel like you have so many of the baby boomers that are so old now, and they're so susceptible to all this shit. And then we have our normal people who are also susceptible to all this shit, and like people who don't care to pay attention to anything, even like our friends. Like if you showed all the media stuff to our friends, they'd probably be like, yeah, like they're bad people, like we need to protect ourselves, we need to go to war with them.
Yeah,
like I could say there's no one else besides you and me. I've never met anyone other than you and me that have literal I don't know how you would put that. There's no one else besides you and me that trusts the government, that doesn't believe in the news media. Like there's no one else I've ever met that literally is like believes this is all bullshit and believes that it's all a big fucking lie, believes that they're all out to just like kill and make money. Like never have met anyone else. Like I've talked about this to so many people. All of my friends like to start discussions. No one else has any idea about anything.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Besides what the popular news media tells everyone, and that's how the word gets spread. And it's like when you like hear from a news channel, like maybe you won't believe it as much, but when you hear it from someone who watched a news media channel that's a friend of yours, you're going to believe it 100-fold. Like if you hear something from someone that's a friend of yours or someone you trust, someone that you think is somewhat rational, like you're probably just going to believe it.
Yeah.
No one digs deep.
It's kind of sad. Yeah, it's like the military industrial complex is like it's the kid with a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And they're treating the Middle East like it's a fucking anthill. And it makes me sad. It makes me mad. I don't know. It makes me all those ad words. It makes me feel bad.
Makes me feel crad.
Yeah. Makes me feel Chad. Makes me feel Kyle.
Makes me, yeah.
And like it's not gonna stop until either the only time it's gonna stop is when either the bankers pull their dogs back or the Middle East agrees to fucking give out its natural resources and bend over to the fucking banks.
Yeah, it could all stop if they said give us, but then they're left with nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're holding on to. That's all they have. At this point, that's all they have that's worth anything to keep them running.
Yeah.
And we're like, if they did bend the knee, we wouldn't help them. It's the same with us. We're not getting helped by them going into these countries. It doesn't go to us. It gives us higher taxes and shit for paying for the wars to go in there and give our people more money. Like it's fucked up.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts. And at the end of the day, Congress doesn't declare war. It's the New York Times that declares war. And it comes from the person that calls them on that little red phone that's in the glass case in the fucking boardroom.
Yeah.
Like it's seriously like, it's sad. Like it's literally like our elected officials aren't in as much power as we think they are, which means that we're not in as much power as we think we are, which is fucking terrifying and weird to think about.
Yeah.
Because, you can elect Joe and Sally and then the next time elect Bill and Jim. And Bill and Jim and Joe and Sally are all getting paid by the same fucking person.
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking day.
At the end of the day, they all get paid by the same people.
Like was it 13 families own every fucking media outlet, or what? No, 8 families own every media outlet out there. 13 families own like 99% of the wealth in the world. If you think Joe and Sally aren't fucking getting paid by these people, you're fucking high. You're higher than I am.
If you don't think that these families are saying like they have it down, having news medias that are so opposed, having 2 different parties that are so opposed with each other, literally you rarely hear about both parties agreeing on something. And if you do, it's nothing important. Like, it's nothing important that they agree
Either
on.
that or it's that we need to fucking go to war with Iran.
Yeah,
And then a week later, they're going to be arguing about whether or
Yeah.
not we should be in Iran. It's fucking, the people that don't understand this is a fucking shell game need to wake the fuck up. Because like I've gotten to the point where I'm not going to talk to someone about this shit unless they ask me about it.
yeah.
It's like I'm not going to be the one that brings it up. Because it literally either starts in an argument or it ends with someone that comes into it interested and they actually fucking learn something.
Yeah. That's where I think it's cool, is that it's like learning all this, everything that you have, that you've taught. Like, I haven't learned anything. You've taught me everything I've ever known about all this shit with a little bit of research on the side, but I fucking hate research. But it's crazy. I like all the people that are open to just like, holy shit, like that's really going on. Like, that's crazy. But you get all these people that are set in their ways, and it's like, there's no point in trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Dad, this conversation is over.
Sorry, but you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I told my dad I've talked to my dad, and I like was talking to him about all the child sex rings and stuff and all the information that came out about that. And like, he's kind of one of those guys watching news channels and believes shit and whatever. And like, I'm not saying he's dumb, but he's just watching all that shit. But I mean, thank God, even he, as strong as he was in his ways, was open enough to be like, and I think it was because he's a Trump guy, and it came to like all the people I was talking shit about were people he hated.
Yeah.
You know, but he was like, yeah, like there's some people out there that even if they're strong and set in their ways, like if you talk to them about the right subject, it'll open their eyes and they'll be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually really fucking insane.
Yeah, there's literally a group of in the I don't know if we've ever talked about it on this show. There's a group of former Navy SEALs. Like, they weren't like SEAL Team 6 or whatever, you know, like got Osama, but there's a former Navy SEAL group called, what is it? Soldiers for Child Protection or some shit like that. And they literally just like, they started a nonprofit group where they rescue children from sex slavery. They literally will like do sting operations and like go in armed, like former Navy SEALs, and these fucking pedo sex child traffickers like walk into a room of fucking Navy SEALs.
Yeah. That's amazing. I've not heard of that. That's fucking beautiful. That's what gives me hope in this world, is fucking freelance people that are.
Oh, we have talked about it before, I think, because have we talked about what the fuck is his name? Sawman Sawyer, Craig Sawman Sawyer.
Yeah, I remember talking about him.
Yeah, I think, because he's the one that started it.
Yeah, okay, I remember talking about that. Yeah.
Beautiful thing. Probably one of my favorite things that's happening right now in the world.
I would join that in a second, bro.
Yeah, you can.
You don't even have to.
You can volunteer to help, and like when you basically help facilitate their sting operations or some shit. I don't remember how it works.
Dude, I'm just gonna be like, bros, like, you don't even have to tell me. Like, I got my Remington 1100 series. Like, trust me, I got this. I'm just gonna do my own shit.
Just give me a badge.
Yeah, just give me a badge. That's all I fucking care about. Helping kids and getting a badge. It's fucking. That's the. I probably shouldn't say his name.
Yeah.
Fuck it. That's the Kent Larson way, bitch. Just give me a badge and I'll be fucking happy.
So you ready or you got anything else then, bud?
No, I mean, this is. I think this is like one of those topics that we've talked about, like we usually talk about topics and we're like, yeah, there's more to come. But the way that this went, I feel like we're safe to be able to say, like, hopefully, like, we don't need to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, I hope that we never have to talk about war with Iran again.
Yeah, like, I'm just hoping, like, we
honestly, the next time I want to talk about Iran is when we're leaving the Middle East.
Yeah, which would be a beauty. That place needs to get rebuilt. That place needs to come back up. Like,
yeah,
I don't care how, but I feel sick every time I see the living situations that those people are in. It's
very upsetting.
Yeah, it makes me
And then you see how it affects the guys that are stationed there when they come home, that are like not like stationed in like Kuwait and shit like that. Like people that are stationed in the fucking thick of it.
Yeah. Like you're gonna ruin these soldiers' lives for your own personal benefit. That's what I hate, is that our soldiers, our army, our people that are involved in this, I feel like they don't know. Like, and if you tried to even bring it up, there's so many of them that are probably American pride that how are you gonna have a voice? You know?
Yeah.
There's no way to have a voice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're basically signing away your voice for the time being
Exactly.
when you're in that fucking lifestyle.
Yeah, you sign away everything, and I don't think people understand that. They're like, I need to get my college paid for. I want to protect my country. It's like, bitch, we don't need protecting. We could pull out all of our troops from every fucking war we're in, and we would be fine. No one's gonna come invade us.
No. I actually read an interview recently. It was like an old interview from when we defeated Japan, and it asked, after you defeated Pearl Harbor, why didn't you invade? Because it said that it would take like 3 months to form form a blockade to stop the invasion, so they could get all the way to like fucking, I don't know, like Nebraska or something like that. They're like, the guy was like, you don't understand that in the year that Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, there were 600,000 registered hunters in the state of Wisconsin, and that was one of the like most registered hunters states that there is for deer and shit like that. But they're like, you don't understand the amount, like the amount of like not armed militia that you have in your country, but the amount of home guard safety that you have in your country compared to other countries.
Yeah. Like, if you want to start a war, like, you're not just dealing with our army, you're dealing with every motherfucker that owns like 10 plus guns, has a good shot, that likes to shoot. We teach our girls how to shoot. We teach our kids how to shoot. Like,
at least in our part of the country, we do.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like enough people, like if they came to the Midwest, they'd get shit on, bro. I'd throw an old school fucking bicycle helmet on. Probably wouldn't do shit, but
no,
they wouldn't reach us.
Those old school ones are made out of styrofoam.
But if someone threw a rock, I'd be better off. Which at that point, if they made it to us, I feel like they would have to be out of ammo. They'd have to be out of supplies. There's no way they would reach us without getting fucking shit on. Like, if you wanted them to,
you got to go through Wyoming to get to us from that side.
Like, I feel like if you wanted a fair war, between like all these other countries, like, it would be a fair war if it was our literal people of our country versus them. Then that would be more fair. But
just like ship off a bus of farmers.
Yeah,
with their 12 gauges.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, I don't think, like, bring them into our territory, we'd be hiding in the cornfields. They'd be driving along the road, and we'd have like a fucking 100 people just pop out of a cornfield and just blow them the fuck up. We'd probably be stupid as fuck and shoot the people on the other side of the cornfield, but
I don't think we'd have people on both sides of the...
No, trust me, we would. Not in Iowa. Iowa, we're smarter than that. But you go to places like anywhere else, I'm just going to say like Arkansas.
Nebraska.
Yeah. They might do that. But other than that, I got nothing left. It's a good little topic. This kind of ended nicely. This ended really nicely. It's beautiful. Thank God we have a president that makes me have hope that our president doesn't have fucking their hands in his pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, hopefully it's something that we don't ever have to talk about again.
Right. And I wonder if there's going to be other ways. Like, are they going to keep trying to start wars?
They're going to.
Yeah.
They want to. There's 21 bases around the country. They want to go there.
Like, they're ready.
So unfortunately, we might have to talk about it again, but I hope we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, as always, follow us on Twitter at WRKPod, Instagram at WRKPodcast. Hit the website, WRKpodcast.com. Also do the Patreon, support the show, help us grow. I mean, a little bit will help. I mean, I'll quit my job. I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I already turned your mic off.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, I mean, this is the dream. This is the dream job. We like doing this show. We want to do it full time. That means 3 to 4 a week once we get the funding.
Yeah, I would do
with
this.
guests.
I would do this every day.
You help us grow. We get the guests on, experts to come tell us about shit, and then we just color commentate on their expertise. That's the goal. That's the dream. But yeah, patreon.com/WRK pod. Visit it. Let us know. Comment on the video. If you made it this far and you haven't commented on it, I saw that we got a comment the other day that just said fire emoji like 3 times. I love it. Dylan's reading comments on the YouTube channel right now. What are they saying?
It says, hiya, no one watching, okay, negative talk, ciao, drunks, hey, who is Gino DeGino?
All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just follow it back. You know, fucking leave a comment. Let us know you like the show. And as always, stay vigilant, people.